Dear students, this is one of a unique initiative which Accountancy department is planning to take for the betterment of all the students. In this initiative, we are planning to ensure that some video lectures will be given to you on YouTube. This will be some short lectures which will help you to understand the concepts very nicely. Understanding this concept will ensure that the flow of the problems in which you are going to solve, the flow of the problem in which you are going to solve will be very much up to the mark. Okay, so let us try to go through this particular journey and let us try to understand this in a very nice manner. To start with, let us start with the topic of amalgamation of companies. As far as amalgamation of companies is concerned, all of you are aware that amalgamation is governed by the provisions of Accounting Standard 14. The Accounting Standard 14 lays down the various principles, accounting methods in which the amalgamation has to take place, or the entries in respect of amalgamation has to be done. Before going into the modalities of that, let us try to understand what do we mean by these terms: amalgamation, absorption and external reconstruction. Because though the meaning of these terms are different, the accounting treatment in respect of all these three cases would be the same. Let us start with amalgamation. What is amalgamation? When two or more companies come together, combine their business and form a new company, that is called as amalgamation. Now let us try to understand the various concepts involved in this particular chapter. Say amalgamation, absorption and external reconstruction. Though they have got different meanings, okay, the accounting treatment in respect of amalgamation, absorption and external reconstruction would be the same. Let us try to understand them one by one. We start with amalgamation. Okay, when two or more companies come together and combine their business to form a new company, that is called as amalgamation of companies. For example, see, there are two companies, A Limited and B Limited. They combine their business and form a new company, C Limited. Okay, C Limited will be taking over the business of A and B. In short, A Limited and B Limited will be liquidated and the new company C Limited will be formed to take over the assets and liabilities of both these companies. This is called as amalgamation. As far as A Limited is concerned and B Limited is concerned, they are called as the vendor companies. They are called as vendor companies. C Limited is called as purchasing company. They may also be called as amalgamating companies. And C Limited would be called as amalgamated company. Now, in the parlance of students, you may also call them as old company and new companies. Whatever jargon you are going to use, it has to stand with this particular concept that the accounts of this vendor companies or amalgamating companies or old companies needs to be closed, and we need to open the accounts of the purchasing company to record the assets and liabilities of the vendor companies which are taken over. This is your amalgamation of companies. Then we come to the next aspect. This is amalgamation of companies. Now we come to the next aspect, absorption. Okay, what do you mean by this word absorption? Okay, the word itself is giving us the meaning. When a company absorbs or when a company takes over another company, when an existing company takes over another existing company, that is called as absorption of companies. Okay. Example, suppose there is a very strong company. Let us take the example of company like Tata Steel. Suppose tomorrow Tata Steel decides to take over a vendor company in Thane, which is a very small scale manufacturing company. Okay, the giant Tata Steel is taking over another small company, which is say Bhushan Steel. Bhushan Steel is being taken over by Tata Steel. Okay, so this is a case of absorption of companies. That means when an existing company, here you have to note it very clearly. This can come as a part of your MCQ also. In case of dash 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 dash, no new company is formed, and they will give you the options of amalgamation, absorption, or external reconstruction. Your correct answer would be absorption. In case of absorption, no new company is formed, and existing company is taking over another existing company. So let us try to understand this. Tata Steel takes over another existing company, that is Bhushan Steel. Deliberately, I have shown in a font, in a small font, Bhushan Steel, so as to enable you to understand that this is a company which is being taken over by giant company Tata Steel. And by the way, it has happened. Bhushan Steel was taken over by Tata Steel. Okay, Bhushan Steel Limited has been merged with Tata Steel now. Okay, so this Tata Steel and Bhushan Steel. So which is the purchasing company over here? Which company is purchasing? Naturally, Tata Steel is the purchasing company. And which is the vendor company? The company whose business is taken over is called as your vendor company. The company whose business is taken over is called as your vendor company. So that means in this case, you have to close the accounts of Bhushan Steel and you have to pass the opening entries in the books of Tata Steel Limited. Okay. This concepts are to be understood very nicely because this will help you to solve the sums. Not only to solve the sums, it will also help you to tackle the questions of MCQs. Be very prepared about this particular aspects. So what we have done up till now, what is amalgamation? Amalgamation is when two or more companies combine their business and form a new company. That is called as amalgamation. To revise once again, what is absorption of companies? When an existing company takes over another existing company, it is called as absorption. The most important thing over here is no new companies formed. An existing company is taking over another existing company. That is your absorption of companies. Now we come to the next category, that is your external reconstruction. Okay, what is external reconstruction? In an external reconstruction, an existing company goes into a voluntary liquidation. In an external reconstruction, an existing company goes into a voluntary liquidation and in its place a new company is formed to take over the business of that existing company which has gone into voluntary liquidation. Let us try to understand this with the help of a building. See, whenever a building is damaged, whenever a building is beyond the repairs, okay, what is the action which the managing committee of the society will take? They will take the action to demolish that building and construct a new building in its place. So if it is true in case of a building, why can't it be true in case of a company? See, if a company is incurring heavy losses and those losses are beyond the repairs, that means the board of directors cannot initiate any other steps to recover those losses. Okay, then in that case, it is a wise decision to wind up that company, to liquidate that company, and a new company should be formed which would take over the assets and liabilities of the company which has been wound up. Okay, so here a company goes into a voluntary liquidation and a new company is formed which takes over the assets and liabilities of the company which has gone into voluntary liquidation. For example, suppose A Limited is a company which is incurring heavy losses, okay, and they decide to go into a voluntary liquidation, and a new company B Limited is formed which will take over all the assets and liabilities of this A Limited. This is your external reconstruction. Students, here they may ask you one question. In case of dash, the approval of the court is needed. If you recollect, in your 5th semester, we had seen that in case of an internal reconstruction, the approval of the court is needed. In case of an external reconstruction, no such approval of the court is needed. There are procedures which are laid down for that, but approval of the court is not needed. So this can be one of your MCQs where they can ask you that in which case the approval of the court is needed. You have to be very clear about this fact. Approval of the court is needed only in case of internal reconstruction. And there may be many options which may be given to you which may be misleading. So don't get carried away by whatever is given in the problem. You have to remember, in the current scenario, no approval of the court is needed. That if we are studying external reconstruction, So external reconstruction, no approval of the court is needed. Approval of the court is needed only in case of internal reconstruction. So what are the MCQs that we have shortlisted up till now? In case of dash, no new company is formed, and options are amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction, and some weird option, internal reconstruction. So what is the correct answer? In case of absorption. In case of dash, the approval of the court is not needed. They will give you all these options: amalgamation, absorption, okay, or rather they may say external reconstruction, internal reconstruction, and all other weird options. You have to select the right answer. In case of external reconstruction, the approval of the court is not needed. Okay, so this is how we have to look into the whole scenario. And the bottom line is, you have to close the books of accounts of vendor companies, and you have to start passing the entries in the books of the new company. Okay, students, we have just gone through this concepts of amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction. We have also seen the concepts of which companies are called as vendor companies and which companies are called as purchasing companies. Okay, this will be continued. We will continue with the procedures of this particular thing, and in the next lecture we will see purchase consideration. So be tuned into that particular lecture. We will definitely come to know the purchase consideration, which is one of the most important aspects of this particular chapter. Thank you very much.